morning, my darlings. Welcome to a brand new vlog. Actually, it's 12:41, so good afternoon. We've had such a gorgeous morning so far. Very, very chilled. I woke up to gorgeous sunlight streaming through the holes in our shutters. We have what I like to call apocalyptical shutters in our bedroom, but because they're very old, they're quite holy. So yes, I always know if it's going to be a sunny day because I'm woken by like speckled sunlight coming through. But yeah, nice little lion. And then Charlie and I went down went across the fields for a lovely walk with the doggies. We wanted to go last night as well, but it suddenly turned into a rainstorm last night, so we had a very, very cozy evening. And I've done some dahlia picking, so basically my perfect morning. That looks a little bit strange, doesn't it? Sorry about that. I was unboxing an H&M order last night, which included this dress, by the way, which I've just shot for today's outfit reel on Instagram. We're on day 3, and yes, I shot this look. It's actually a little bit toasty, so I'm going to take off the cardigan. Annoyingly, I think the dress is out of stock already, which is so annoying, but I will show you the other bits that I picked up in that order probably a little bit later on, maybe tomorrow, which will still be in this video. So today Charlie and I are heading over to the Bell in Charlbury, which is a new pub that has opened here in the Cotswolds, and it's the newest opening from the Daylesford Bamford group. So Lady Bamford is on a mission to literally monopolise the Cotswolds, but I have to say I'm not mad at it because everything she touches literally turns to gold. All the businesses, all the pubs, everything she does is always top notch. So very much looking forward to a delicious lunch at the Bell. As I mentioned, it's in Charlbury, so it's about 20 minutes from where we live, and we are going to be driving armed with Tupperware to potentially do a little bit more blackberry picking, because we're kind of coming towards the end of the season and I haven't done my mass pick yet to freeze them, because I love to put blackberries in crumbles throughout autumn, as you all know, and I've only done 2 blackberry and apple crumbles so far this season. We actually met a really friendly guy on our walk this morning while we were picking blackberries, and he gave us a recipe for a pear, raspberry, blackberry and apple pie, so I definitely want to try creating that. But anyway, we're gonna head out. I've just popped on the finishing touches to my outfit, and my fragrance for today is inadvertently matching my outfit. This has been my go-to recently. It is the Tocca Stella fragrance. It's a little tiny bit fruity, but mostly floral, and it's got a spiced lily note in it, which is just, it's like you're not quite ready to say goodbye to the florals of summer, and yet you want something a little bit spicy for autumn winter. It is perfect. It is so long lasting. It's a little bit more mature than a lot of the other fragrances in my collection, and it without fail always gets compliments. The bottle is kind of like this antique, even the lid is kind of antique-y. I have these out on display because they're just so beautiful. There's something very, very satisfying about this. Please ignore my nails, which also do match the bottle. I'm getting them done early next week, but it's this beautiful kind of toffee colour, which I'm quite tempted to get again. So Tocca actually means touch in Italian. They have the most stunning bottles, as I mentioned. This one is actually inspired by an antique cognac decanter. You will always find these iconic, beautiful, brassy bronze lids. They are such wonderful gifts. The people that I have gifted Tocca fragrances to always say how much they love them and how many people compliment them when they are wearing the fragrances. And as far as luxury perfumes go, they are not in that crazy expensive price category, so I don't feel too bad about really going to town when I'm misting myself. They're all named after ladies' names. Another of my fragrances, which I wore so much during the summer, is Florence, but Stella for me right now has just got that lovely richness, which is perfect from sunrise to sunset, picking dahlias in the morning, cozy pub lunches, to Sunday roast at home. It just gives all of those cozy, warming feelings to it. And you know how fragrances really bring back such memories? This one for me just brings memories of afternoons by cozy log fires. So I feel like today, going for a cozy pub lunch in the Cotswolds, this is absolutely perfect. This is how beautiful your fragrances will look when they arrive. This is Cleopatra, a very strong name, the Queen of the Nile, a lover of both Julius Caesar and Mark Antony. This is certainly a lover's fragrance. It is a very fine lilac tone, same beautiful iconic bottle, beautiful lid, and this has got some of my favorite notes in it. It's got jasmine, patchouli, and also that little, oh my gosh, oh the jasmine, oh my goodness, oh my gosh, I wish I'd had this at the beginning of summer when my jasmine was blooming. That is sensational. This is gonna, and also grapefruit is quite a sparkling top note within this, trying my best to do as professional perfume explainers do, but if you have got memories of jasmine, it's just the most iconic fragrance throughout summer. We've got it over our doorway. Unfortunately, it got really battered in the frost last year, so it was very late to bloom, so I didn't get the full impact of it this year, but we have it around our kitchen doorway, and often on a good year for jasmine bloom, you walk out of our kitchen or in the kitchen and you just get hit by this incredible soft light jasmine fragrance, and I can really get it in here. So it says Cleopatra, a warm floral fragrance inspired by the iconic Queen Cleopatra, a captivating blend of grapefruit and enchanting Egyptian jasmine, and the warm embrace of vanilla musk. Oh my goodness, an intoxicating indulgence for those who capture hearts and minds. They really are very elevated fragrances, and I have now got 3 here in my collection. I'm going to introduce another one to you tomorrow, but there we go. That is my scent for the day, which really perfectly captures the vibe that we are going for today. So without further ado, a little lipstick top up. Let's do a bit of Charlotte Tilbury, put this in my handbag, and we'll hit the road. And this is the back of the Bell. We've not been here before, but it looks like she's also got holiday rental cottages all down here to the car park, and there's this lovely like outdoor seating area down there, and quite peckish darling. Let's go. So we've now got our little room to ourselves. This is where Charlie and I have had our meal. We're just waiting for some puddings. It's a really lovely spot. They've got a few little cozy rooms with fireplaces. I am loving the look of the hops over the fireplace. Definitely want to recreate this at home. Char, do you want to see how they've attached it? It looks like they've just got little nails.
Just wired it to nails.
Yeah,
we could do that easily.
We could definitely do that. Lovely old leather armchairs. And we've been admiring this cozy corner table with the red and white striped voile. Voile? Do you call it voile?
Voile.
Voile. Voile curtains.
Oh no, please come on in.
Very pretty.
Do you think?
So our final course, we've got frangipane tart, and Charlie's just whisked away our plum dish that we're having for our pudding, and it looks rather sensational. So we are back home again. The sun is trying to come out. Hopefully it'll end up being a lovely afternoon, and we have got some family about to drop in. So I've just put together this little tray, and I'm going to try and make a Bramble G&T. So we've got the blackberries that we picked this morning. I've got some local gin. This is the Spirit of Ilmington rhubarb gin, and then a squeeze of lemon, some rosemary as a garnish, and of course some tonic. Very simple, very seasonal. I've also pulled out some of the wildflower gin spritz cocktails from the Cotswold distillery, which are just delicious, and some crisps. It's very quick pull together little situation. Only had about 15 minutes to pull this together, so there we go, perfect timing. The sun is coming out The boys are ready to welcome our guests, and I have just popped on another little H&M dress, this time a little knit dress, and my Chloe slides from last year, which is so comfortable. And you are looking exceptionally scruffy, my boy. Good morning, my darlings. It is now Sunday morning. I apologise for not vlogging too much yesterday. It turned out to be just the loveliest afternoon. My family visiting, they're in the UK for a little while, but they actually live in Florida. So we had a lot to catch up on, and yeah, just ended up sipping G&Ts in the garden for a couple of hours, enjoying the last of the afternoon sunshine, which I'm so glad that we did, because today it's quite the opposite. It is literally the perfect cozy autumn day today, which is fantastic because our plan today is to light the fire in the drawing room for the first time this year, and we're having our second Sunday roast of the autumn-winter 2023 season today. We had always planned to Charlie and I, a weekend with no plans is the ultimate luxury, but we just can't help it, and for us a Sunday roast is such an involving thing for friends and family. So we realised that our pork shoulder is quite large, so we've messaged Ben and Robin, and they're going to come over later for a Sunday roast, which is really nice. I'm in charge of the cauliflower cheese today, so I'm gonna nip to Morton to go and get the ingredients. The co-op in Morton has actually got a really nice big fruit and veg area, which is from local farmers, so I really want to get the bits and bobs from there. Obviously I could go to Dalesford, but just want to go somewhere different, you know? I feel like I'm always going to Dalesford, and I need to get like boring stuff like loo roll, and I need to get some tissues because I've woken up with a bit of a snuffle, which is very annoying. And I also need to get some puff pastry because I saw a recipe on Instagram of a pear and black brie. It's called a rose. It's like a, well, you will see it later, and I don't think they sell puff pastry in Dalesford. So that's the plan. As you saw, I had a glorious bath this morning. I just wanted to start the day in the coziest way possible to set us up for what is going to be the coziest day of all time. Sunday roast, open fires, and like a really autumnal pudding. How perfect is that? So to summarise the cozy feelings, I'm wearing the same jumper dress I was wearing last night. I did show you just very briefly. It's a really simple one from H&M. I'm going to wear another beautiful Tocca fragrance today, and this one is Giulietta. This fragrance has been a bestseller since 2009. It has been around for a long time, which just says a lot about how wonderful and classic this fragrance is. It was inspired by a love story, which is absolutely gorgeous, and it is a floral fruity fragrance. A lot of F's. A floral fruity fragrance. Oh my goodness. You can get notes of Granny Smith apple in here, which is very seasonal, as well as lily of the valley, pink tulip, you've got amber, you've got sandalwood and cedar, so some woody notes as well, which make it perfect for a cozy day. It's a little bit of a powdery fragrance, which I know can be quite divisive, but I find that powdery fragrances have got a real classicness and timelessness to them, perfect when you are wearing a really gorgeous cozy outfit. They just go together so beautifully. And there's also a touch of vanilla orchid in here, which really lifts the fragrance and gives it that longevity. Once again, the most beautiful. I'm just obsessed with these bottles. I think they look so stunning. They look gorgeous on my dressing table, and yet small enough that I pack them with me. I wore a Tocca fragrance. Actually, all of our trips that we've been on this summer, I've taken a different Tocca fragrance with me. I absolutely adore them. This one feels perfect for today. I feel like this is the fragrance if you're wearing a beautiful cashmere scarf, you're wrapping yourself up, and you just want to get really cozy, but equally, sorry, I think I've got a makeup brush hair on my schnozzle. Equally, it's light enough to be the perfect summer scent as well, so incredibly versatile. I will leave all of my Tocca fragrances linked down below, and to get even more longevity from your scent, they also have the most gorgeous body lotions. They have an amazing home selection as well, diffusers and candles. Oh my gosh, I smell so good. I smell so good. I was prepping my handbag for my little mission. I'm not just going to supermarket, I am running a few errands as well. I say supermarket, I feel like Charlie and I don't really go to supermarkets anymore. We try and, as I mentioned in the last vlog, we try and get everything that we can from farm shops. It's just the boring stuff like loo roll that you kind of can't avoid. So there we go, that's fun. Yeah, I've got a few other errands I need to run as well, including going to the recycling centre, which is very exciting. But in my bag, I thought this was really funny. I had a little chuckle to myself this morning. In my big bag, I have got not one, not two, but 3 belts in my handbag. Why? Why do I have 3 belts in my handbag? I tell you for why. If you know where that quote is from, let me know down below. I tell you for why. It is because every time I go out, I will pop on, in fact, let's do the Lily Silk one today. I'll pop on a cute little belt to cinch myself in, and then the second I start eating, it's gotta come off because they just get too tight. Do you know what? I'm going to the shop and recycling centre. I do not need a belt. But yeah, I expand and the belt has got to come off. That was fun and fascinating, wasn't it? Oh my gosh, I'm half dreading going out because it's like grey and blusterous and drizzly, but half excited because it's just such a cozy day. So without further ado, let's go and pick up some ingredients, run a few errands, pop into lovely Morton. I might get a nice chai latte. They've got some gorgeous cafes in Morton. It's such a lovely high street. It's also where George and Petra now live, which is very exciting to have them so close by. So yeah, let's get going. A very drizzly Morton High Street. Oh my goodness, it is seriously blusterous. If you come here for a weekend day, Otis and Bell is where you want to head for a lovely coffee. Well, this has worked out perfectly. Oh my gosh, the Otis and Bell oat milk chai latte is what autumn dreams are made of. Oh my gosh, how do they do it? And they had literally just put out a tray of freshly baked cinnamon buns, and I've not had any breakfast this morning, so I can feel the squidginess. Can I even get it out? I should have got napkins. It's huge. It's bigger than my head. Right, that's really sticky. And I don't have napkins. I'll only be able to eat like a third of that now. And then the rest of it, I'll put in the Aga and warm it up for my afternoon snack. So I realised I don't need to get my veg from the co-op because in Morton in Marsh, there is Tottenham Manor Farm Shop, and I've actually not been there before, but I checked their website and they've got cheese, they've got milk, they've got vegetables, so I should be able to get most of what I need from there. So let's go. Deja vu because I've realised that this is the field that we came to for the scenic supper. Do you remember that dinner, which actually was also with Ben and Robin, when you were in the little glass houses overlooking the sunset on this field? It is a proper farm, as you can see, and this building over here is the farm shop. Well, this is lovely. This is all quite literally grown here on the farm. I decided not to get a regular white cauliflower and get a purple one. That's probably going to have even more polyphenols. They've got the really funky kind of Jurassic looking one as well. Okay, my darlings, back home again. By some miracle, I actually managed to restrain myself and not eat the entire cinnamon bun while out and about. So I'm going to put the remainder, which is actually most of it, in the Aga just for a few minutes because there is nothing better than a warm cinnamon bun. And while that heats up, I will show you the other bits that I picked up in the farm shop. So this is a nice local whole milk, which would be fantastic for my cauliflower and broccoli cheese that I'm going to do a little bit later. We've got the fantastic purple cauliflower. My fellow Tim Spector fans will know that if you ever see a vegetable that's a little bit different, it's always fun to give it a try. So good for you, for your gut microbiome. And then we have got a traditional broccoli. I will break off the florets and put them into my broccoli cheese. These are really nice. So they're obviously not made at the farm shop, but it is the Netherland Farm salted butter. Lovely. And yeah, a lot better ingredients than your typical supermarket butter. Something that I used to love and didn't know any better was Lurpak, but since actually being aware of the ingredients, won't be having that anymore. So a nice wholesome butter. And then this is a flavored butter. This is actually a béarnaise, because Charlie and I do like to sometimes cook steaks at home as a little treat. So how nice to just chop off a little bit of béarnaise butter. And then this is also a peppercorn sauce. I did worry it might be a little bit processed, but I read the ingredients and it's water, shallots, cream, corn flour, brandy, sunflower oil, white wine. So basically only good stuff, which is great. So that is going to be delicious. My favorite is peppercorn sauce with a steak. Got a load of spuds, some potatoes, and then this is actually a local Cotswold flour, another essential ingredient in a cauliflower cheese. And then a load more boring bits in there. So I'm gonna get this all put away and then we can start to cook together. Okay, my darlings, we have just had a scrumptious bowl of very hearty, very warming tomato soup. I like to elevate tomato soup with a few little seeds sprinkled on top, sunflower, pumpkin, whatever seeds you've got, and a drizzle of olive oil and of course salt and pepper. If you have got a little bit of cream as well, then just a little chef's kind of swoosh on top makes it 10 out of 10. So I'm going to do the cauliflower and broccoli cheese, and the way that I like to do it is actually by starting off by roasting the cauliflower and the broccoli. Cauliflower takes a little bit longer, it's a bit more dense. So first of all, fresh from the farm, I'm actually going to give this a little wash, and then we are going to save these bits, the little green leaves, and that's going to be the decoration around the edge of the dish. Okay, to be fair, that had been washed very well. Now this is probably technically too big for 4 people, but we do love a good cauliflower cheese in this household. So I'm using my Staub dish that is yay large. And first of all, so cutting off the leaves. And this is very much a Charlie Irons signature move, but I feel as his wife, I am fully within my right to copy him. So the leaves go around the edge and it's a nice little decorative feature, but also it does help with cleaning the pan, because those really wonderful, crispy, super dark roasted bits that will fry onto the pan end up on the leaves instead. So you're essentially making like a basket in the middle using the leaves, and that is an Irons household signature move. Right, next I am cutting my cauliflower into florets, so we want pieces around this big. Okay, I've popped my cauliflower in a little roasting tray and I'm swizzling with olive oil, pinch of salt and some pepper, and then this is going to go into the Aga, or of course your oven, for 20 minutes at around 100 and I would say between 150 and 180 degrees. The broccoli we will put in around 10 minutes because it doesn't take quite as long, but I'll just get that prepped now as well. babies. We have got a brief moment where it's actually looking, I'm not going to say sunny, but bright outside. Looks like Charlie has been collecting some chard, spinach and cavolo nero from the garden. I think he's doing a Jamie Oliver autumn veg. Oh my gosh, sunshine! This is perfect because I need to go and get some apples for the crumble. Here he is, head chef. Well, this is a pleasant surprise. Was expecting it to be grey and miserable all day. Okay, let's take... Oh, Charlie must be using all of my trugs. Let's see what we can find on the apple tree. Okay, that is a fantastic little haul. Now I'm going to continue with my cheese sauce. Okay, so we've got melted butter in the pan. This is like a mega version of my mac and cheese bechamel sauce. And now I'm going to add in some plain flour. Start slowly because you don't want it to go lumpy, so you need to keep stirring every time you add a load of flour in. And by the way, this is a really low heat. This is kind of the simmering area of the aga. Until you get a really nice creamy, do you call it a roux, I think? Right, now this is where you start to add in your milk. Again, slowly, just a little bit at a time. So you can see I'm literally constantly stirring. You shouldn't need a whisk, but if it does start to get a bit lumpy, then you could use a whisk. But I'm not going to stop stirring now until this is done. It's really important, like a risotto, that you just keep stirring to avoid any lumps, and every time it gets smooth, you can add a little bit more milk. Okay, now this is at a really nice consistency. I'm going to add in my cheddar cheese. I'm also popping in a dried bay leaf, which is just going to add to the flavour. I will, of course, remove that before it goes in for its final cook. Now, adding some freshly grated nutmeg gives such a gorgeous, like, warming, really autumnal flavour. So I'm just going to do like a third of this nutmeg. Okay, now at this stage I think it's really important to do a little taste test. You can tell if it needs more cheese, if it's too cheesy. Personally, I have never, ever, ever tasted this sauce and thought it was too cheesy. I don't think the limit actually exists. You could also tell if it needs a bit more seasoning. Wow, that's quite garlicky. Okay, so I know that I'm not going to be adding in any more garlic. A bit more nutmeg is needed to balance that out. And some of our lovely Parmesan, leaving a little bit behind for the topping. I've got to say, these are just the two cheeses that I have, but Red Leicester, Gruyere, just really add in your favorites. And obviously, aside from soft cheeses like mozzarella, feta, that wouldn't really work. But yeah, those lovely nutty, Comte would be a really nice one, whatever you absolutely love. But Gruyere will give it a real nuttiness and a bit of stringiness. Red Leicester, I love what that does to the colour and the intensity of the flavour. Wow, that is stunning. That is stunning. Okay, let's get the cauliflower out. So we have got the most sensational looking dish here. Loads and loads of creamy cheese sauce all over my roasted purple cauliflower and broccoli. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be so good. This is a mixture that Charlie kindly made for me earlier. It is breadcrumbs, stale, nice bread is the best, mixed up with some chopped almonds, and this is gonna be the most sensational crispy topping. The almonds give it such a nice crunchy nuttiness, and I will just sprinkle some of that as well as some of our reserve Parmesan on top. And now the great thing is that I can actually get out of the kitchen while Charlie does his bit. I will just, hello, I will just put a tea towel, oh my god, it looks so good. I'll put a tea towel on this, and then it's just ready to go in the Aga at about 3:30, which is about 25 minutes before we're gonna start eating. Is now done, and it's over to head chef to take over the kitchen duties. Dexy's having a nice big stretch. So the roasties are in the Aga, and what's that on top of the Aga?
That is the trivet for today's pork.
Yeah.
She's going to make the lovely gravy. We've got pork loin, which is not actually something that I'm actually that familiar with roasting.
Okay.
But I think it's pretty straightforward. You basically want to towel down the skin on top, because you want as little moisture as possible, and that's why there's some salt on there, because that's what makes it crackle.
Ooh.
Otherwise, if you cover it and all, it's really weird though, because as I say, I'm pretty confident with a slow roasted pork shoulder, which
that's
is what
my
I normally
favourite.
do, but that takes like 6 to 8 hours. It's a lot of effort.
Yeah.
This is a lot more straightforward. This is an hour and a bit. However, because the skin is tied on there, I could untie it and do this, but basically a lot of recipes say take that off, and a lot of recipes say to put olive oil on top, but then that's adding moisture, so
yeah.
There's a lot of misinformation. So I'm trying, I've watched lots of different videos, and I'm trying this technique, so we'll hope it'll work.
Okay.
So we're going to actually put it in the oven, because I can control the temperature in the oven a bit more.
Yep.
So it's going to go in at 220
for an
on
hour.
the trivet for around 20 minutes, and then I'm going to lower the temperature.
Okay.
It's a pretty big trivet for a smaller piece of meat, but I want lots of gravy today.
Yeah.
So that's going to go in.
217 degrees, that's very precise.
It needs to be 220, but it's not reached temperature just yet.
Okay.
Obviously you could do this in the Aga, but it's hard to be as precise with the temperature of the Aga. We've got the roasties in here, I've already got the pan in here ready. I'll show you. I mean, this is our sort of go-to.
He's on.
This is our go-to veg dish if we're sort of entertaining just for a couple of people. So we've got the roast carrots with honey and whole grain mustard.
Nice.
I sort of mix it all up. You can do this even the night before. And then the key with this though is you've got a good mix of honey, which is going to make it nice and crispy and sweet. Then you've got the tanginess of the mustard. You've got the thyme in there, salt. But you get a hot pan in there in the same way that when you add roast potatoes, if you don't hear that tss,
it's not gonna
go quite as crispy. You can rescue it, but with these you want them to go into a really hot pan so they start caramelising straight away.
And we're having Yorkshire pudding?
We're having Yorkshire pudding, which is another tss moment.
Yeah.
So we're having Yorkshire pudding. Last week I was nervous because we're doing it again this week. We're using olive oil because we don't have sunflower oil. But it worked, it was fine, it just took a bit longer. I think olive oil takes a bit longer to get up to heat.
Yeah.
What else are we having? I'm going to try a new recipe because we've got all these spring greens. We've got all these greens from the garden. So we've got rainbow chard, we have
spinach,
cavolo nero, and we have spinach. And it's a really simple sort of steamed recipe with some butter and garlic at the end.
Nice.
And then we've got your cauliflower broccoli cheese.
Woohoo!
There's only 4 of us, so we're probably going to deliver some to your mum.
Yep.
But yeah, winner.
Jolly good. Right, I'll lay the table. Hello So my darlings, it is smelling exceptionally autumnal in the house, not only because of the gorgeous scents of the roast cooking downstairs, but also Charlie has lit the fire in the drawing room for the first time this year, and I can smell it the most in this room because we are 2 floors above, and I think the chimney must like ooze into the house. But Ben and Robin are about 20 minutes away, so I'm going to pop a different outfit on, something a little bit fresher, because I've been wearing this all day to do my errands. I've just topped up a little bit of makeup. I popped on a really lovely blush. Don't know how much you can see on the camera. It's from the Dior Beauty Autumn collection. It's called Grand Bal Satin Rouge Blush, and it's just a really nice, quite dark shade, a little bit less of the peachy pink that I would normally go for. And then I have been just really loving, the name is so silly, Bitch Perfect from Charlotte Tilbury lately, and MAC Spice on my lips as a liner, which is a really nice kind of, oh, maybe went a bit dark there, kind of My Lips but better colour. Okay, I'm probably going to end up wearing that dress from my H&M order because it's the exact same silhouette as the brown dress that I wore yesterday. When I published my outfit on Instagram as part of my 30 autumn days, I had so many questions as to whether it was sheer, because I realised that the model on the website, the way that she's wearing it, it looks completely sheer, but actually it comes with a lining, so it's not anywhere near as sheer as it appears on the website. So the jumper dress that I'm wearing at this very moment in time is also from H&M. I think, apologies, I'm gonna have to keep my hair in a little bun because let's see what's happened, seeing as I've had it in a bun while it's been drizzling outside. Yeah. Oh, I don't mind actually when it's got a little bit of movement. We'll see. Let me show you the other bits that I picked up in my H&M order. I've just got this kind of obsession with the H&M brassiere crop tops, the little lacy numbers. So I picked up this duo which contains white and black. They're just so comfortable. I'm wearing one right now and I highly recommend them, as well as the other like lacy underwear bits from H&M. And then a nice little kind of vesty supportive top, not very glamorous, but I thought that would be great under jumpers for the cozy season. Just had a slither of low autumnal sunshine come through, so I had to pop my blind down, which feels crazy. But yes, this is the very simple knit dress I've been wearing today and last night. Really comfy, great for those working from home days, just very, very easy to slip on. And I also picked it up in this kind of, I want to call this like a mole colour. It's like a moley brown, browny grey, equally very wearable, very comfortable. I've attempted to style it up a little bit here, so just by adding in the belt, and we all know about the belt being removed when it is time to eat, but this is just that little lily silk belt and some leather ankle boots and my little fluffy jacquemus bag, which is so fun and fabulous. I feel like jumper dresses like this, you can spend as little or as much as you want. I think it is worth investing because you do get so much wear out of them, and yet the high street does have such lovely options. So to be honest, I would quite happily wear this today as well, quite nice with the lighter coloured accessories. Yeah, this is perfect. If someone invites you over to their house for a Sunday roast, then this is the absolute perfect dress code. Oh my goodness, this outfit is just absolute heaven. I am really loving knitted cords at the moment. I've kept the same little white boots on. It's definitely giving Barbie, but it's giving autumn cozy Barbie. So as you can see, they are very much a matching set. We've got the knit top with the roll neck, and we all love a roll neck. Sleeves have got this little slit detail, and then it's a very thick, so it's not, the Hobbs one I would say is a little bit more like it is required that you wear seam-free underwear, but this feels a little bit more relaxed. I've not got the belt on. Again, perfect cozy pub lunch, Sunday roast. This is like the Sunday roast outfit haul. It really is. We've got an elasticated waistband. Yeah, love this. Really, really nice, cozy but elevated outfit. You could wear it with a really nice handbag. You could elevate it with a very bougie bag, like this one, or you could just take a tote bag, you know, whatever your normal handbag is, I'm sure will be perfect with this. The overhead lights are creating a little bit of a shadow on my tummy, but I'm not self-conscious about that area when I look in like real lighting. I think it's very, very flattering, but also I feel that this knitted skirt would look amazing with one of my sleeveless vest tops. Let's give that a try. Do you know what, actually in our house it is pretty warm, especially when you're the one that's in the kitchen getting things in and out the Aga, so sleeveless does work very, very well for me when I am cooking, when I'm hosting, so this is actually a really good option for me. This is the top that I shared with you from Mango a little while ago. It feels still super comfy and cozy. I just really love the knitted pink skirt. It feels really feminine. The outfit is nice enough that I don't feel like a total zero effort person with my hair pulled into a little bun. I've actually just got it clipped up. Same boots on, but to be honest, hosting a Sunday roast at home, I'll probably end up popping slippers on. Yeah, really love this outfit. Again, very tempted to stay in this. I think this is actually perfect for today, so I will just show you a couple of other options, but then I think I'm going to get changed back into this one. Okay, sun's gone in, so suddenly feels a little bit dark in here. As I mentioned, this is the same dress as the brown one that I wore yesterday, but in a patterned print. So if you prefer patterns, you want something a little bit more bold, or perhaps you got the brown version and you love it and you want something same but different, then this is a gorgeous one. It has got this beautiful pleat detail which I think really elevates it. You've got buttons on the sleeves, meaning you can hoik them up to your elbows if you want. A lovely little bow tie detail. This one with the detail does not need a belt, but I thought it was just nice to cinch in. If we were going out, maybe to Soho Farmhouse or something, do you know what? This would be gorgeous with a knitted sleeveless over the top. I have been loving doing this lately because it just adds such a gorgeous level of coziness to a dress, but it does feel a little bit too smart for a Sunday roast at our house, so I think the outfit that I showed you earlier is definitely the winner for today. But just to give you an idea, again, same little white boots. I think these boots are actually from Topshop from a little while ago. Yeah, I love this. Or do I want to keep wearing this? Oh my gosh, you know it's a good sign when you do a haul and then you just want to wear everything, because yeah, that's just a very, very good sign. Shall I keep wearing this? Maybe it feels a little bit too smart. Oh, I don't know. No, it's too smart. I'm gonna pop the pinky outfit back on again. Guys, this was my wild card, the thing that I just added into my basket because I thought it was quite fun, a little bit different. Yes, I am getting a lot more experimental with jeans. It is a knitted vest top. Yes, I could definitely wear it for layering, but also fun just as a sleeveless option with jeans. I really like it. It is different for me, and I'm trying to think of other ways that I would style this. So if you've got any ideas, please let me know. I feel like I should have said earlier, but obviously all these bits will be linked in the description box down below in case you want to shop any of them. Safer option, I saw this knit on H&M and I thought it looked like a real kind of classic cool girl kind of knit, in that it has got the mock turtleneck. It doesn't actually have anything that folds over. It's quite a boxy material which I think looks really nice. Especially the sleeves, I think with a really nice cluster of rings. It's a lovely style. Tucked into jeans is the perfect look. It's very casual, it's very like cool Instagram kind of girl. Do I need any more knitwear? No, but do I love it? Yes. So this is the piece that I would say definitely doesn't work for me. It's just a lot, it's far too open along the neckline. I feel like it's gonna drop down and reveal a little bit too much, but it's trying to be that kind of Kate style top. Very long sleeves with a little bit of a kind of bell sleeve. Love the burgundy colour. Unfortunately the silhouette is not working for me, but the final piece is this grey long line cardigan, and I'm just the biggest lover of long line cardigans, and I thought I would compare the H&M one to some of the more premium priced ones because this one is definitely the best price point. and it's perfect. It's just such a lovely piece for wearing when you want to relax at home, add an extra layer, but not quite have the total casualness of a dressing gown. I'm a huge fan of these long line cardigans, love the grey. I have succumbed to the cozy vibe and I've gone back into the brown knitted dress. Just feel like on a Sunday roast at home, I know we're going to be snuggled up in the drawing room by the fire, so comfort is definitely the #1 priority today. I'm also willing to bet £100 that Robin will also be wearing a jumper dress, because she is a girl after my own heart who also just values coziness and comfort above everything else. So hair back in a little low bun to keep it out of the way while I'm cooking. I've just got my cute little Monica Vinader earrings in, lily silk belt. Ooh, let's tuck those tags away, get the necklace out. It's nothing jazzy in the slightest, but coziness. Ooh. Hello?
Your cauliflower cheese will need to go in soon later.
Okay, I think our guests have arrived. So this is the outfit for our cozy Sunday afternoon. It's 6:30. We've had a scrumptious dinner and we've just been for a little walk over to see the pumpkin field. It was a gorgeous sunset. Now I've had my crumble in the Arga for about half an hour. Looks absolutely perfect. Ben and Robin bought some cream and some ice cream, so we're going to enjoy that in the drawing room with the fire lit, and it is so cozy.